Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It is finally time to go over the PvP Doomsday Tournament 4 usage data. This takes into account the end of the Doomsday era. So after this, it's going to include Blossom monsters. And to be honest, I really don't think any Blossom monster is going to be in the mid-season unless we get some really powerful ones coming up. But so far, maybe like Neradia a couple uses, but other than her, I really don't see it. But yeah, let's see how much of an influence the Doomsday monsters have had, especially since SP ended Season 4 with some really solid monsters. We're talking about Elf, the bounty hunt exclusive monster. I imagine she's going to be like top 5, maybe even top 3. Cherub Cupid, another one that might be top 5, top 3. Actually, top 3 might be a little hard because Uriel for sure is going to be number 1 spot. Slumster's probably still going to be in the top 3. Maybe he got displaced. Gosh, I am really curious. I'm sure Elgato uses are going to be up. Raijin uses might be up just for that triple damage to Cherub Cupid OTK, because that's how you can easily win battles. But yeah, it's going to be super interesting to see. And Elf, of course, for everyone that didn't want to buy Elf because it's like, well, new season has started. No, she's going to be top contender, especially since she can kill Uriel like nobody's business. So, let's see. Hello, everyone. It's time for some usage data yet again. But first, reminder, huge shout out to Monster Legends Competitive Wiki for putting this together. I will link the blog in the description if you want to check it out for yourself, and that way you can just stay tuned for any upcoming blogs. Let's see, end season thoughts. Let's go through the thoughts since this is the last season of the Doomsday era. Well, to be honest, what a crazy season it's been. It feels like almost every week it's hit after hit. Feels like how most final seasons for eras should be, setting things off with a huge bang. We got some insane monsters additions here, both PvP wise and team war wise. For PvP, we got some very major additions, including 2 of what could possibly be some of the best monsters in the game at the moment, Uriel Divine and Cherub Cupid. Elvira Demon Slayer is also a very powerful addition, being able to both support and attack, making her flexible and able to pair up with a lot of different teams. Yeah, so I completely forgot about her too, even though she's the Golden Pass monster of the season. Also a very fantastic monster. Sparkus, yeah, SP Season 4, man, SP went all out. A very good taunt / megaton monster. Let's see, Elf is another amazing Pierce monster alongside Cupid. And on the other end, with Team Wars in mind, Winged Book is doing great. Elvira, Uriel, Cupid. What else? Families, Jack, Spirits, loves Uriel, Sparkus, perhaps Emerus. Who the heck is Emerus? I think that was the exclusive Golden Pass monster. Female loves additions, Elf, Bionic, Elvira, despite not being necessarily anything amazing. I do honestly like that for exclusive. Sunday and Fundy, I think, could be hard pressing, not to mention finally another Dragon Bug. Daniel Saurus, that's right. Who honestly I can see being pretty good in the book, given how it's currently dominated by Chill Long and Syntheris. I think Syntheris is probably going to continue to dominate. But let's see. And then again, because he was a free-to-play bounty on monster, players probably were able to significantly get him ranked up. As for the element restrictions, Light is having a field day right now. Earth is having a much better time than before. Thunder loves having another good tank. Dark loves having just what might be the first Pierce Mythic Edition. And Magic got some really good buffs too. Overall, a phenomenal season with Wars and PvP alike. Now, here's to hoping that Blossom era can finally start giving us more superhero options, plus good more Dragon and families. Man, we're just going to get non-stop nature monsters in this era. Alright, let's see. As a reminder, A is for attack, D is for defense, T is for total. Wow, look at this. The ratio of players with pay-to-play Doomsday Mythics as opposed to none was 90-10. I haven't seen this kind of ratio in a long time. I wonder what happened. What the heck? Ouch. Pay-to-plays really stepping up their game, and being honest, pay-to-plays did get some really good options lately, with Elvira, Demon Slayer, and Elf both being incredible monsters. But honestly, I'd say the free-to-plays are also doing really good right now thanks to additions like Uriel, Cupid, and Sparkus. Yeah, especially like all you need is Uriel and Cupid, and you're fine. You didn't, like, Elf is good, but you don't necessarily need her. But, I mean, she's still going to be a top dog for sure. And Elvira, I think you could live without her. Let's see, along with additions to previous rank up survival dungeon. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the next season ends up being. Alright, but let us scroll down. So, in the number 1 spot is Uriel with a grand total of 81. Guys, that means there's only 19 players that didn't have Uriel, either in offense or defense. But 81% of players are using him on defense or offense. That is insane. Look at that. 54, more than half have him on defense. Slumster at 55. Look at that huge drop off. 31, 24, 55. Well, he is being used more on offense than Uriel, but that huge 54 number. And then, okay, top 3. So Cherub Cupid did make it into the top 3 at 35, more than Slumster, more than Uriel. So probably the most used attacker. 17 on defense, 52 in total. All right, and that's it. The only monsters that got more than 50 usage are Uriel, Slumster, and Cherub Cupid. I would like to mention all of them free to play. We have a Marathon monster, a Maze monster, and we have a Tails monster. Of all these, Uriel might have been the hardest to get because you do need to be in a team that is willing to race or be first in your team. That's right, a little secret for those of you that don't know. If you are in your own team, like let's say maybe you create a team and you're first in your team, you would actually get the monster. So that could be like a little tip or trick for those of you that can't get into a team that does race. As long as you're first within the team, you'll get the monster. Let us scroll down. And you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong or something. Ooh, look at that. We got Elf at 22, 15, 37. Pretty impressive, I would say, especially considering she got released towards the last week, whereas you had some more time with Cherub Cupid. And getting Cherub Cupid rank 5 if you want to on a Tails event is a lot easier than Elf, where you have to buy her outright. Pango is still top 5 at 33 total usage, 24 mostly being used on offense, 9 on defense. We have Elgato. I told you Elgato usage was going to be high. 31. 31. That is as much as Slumster. My goodness. And then one on defense. Elvira Demon Slayer. 16, 15, 31. Look at that. Yeah, I guess that does explain why the pay-to-plays ratio is coming up. So this is interesting. If 81 monsters used Uriel, 55 used Slumster, 52 used Cherub Cupid, Elf at 37. This is the first paywall monster. And then you have this as another paywall monster. 31 and 37. I guess I can see it. 90 to 1. That means... yeah, that means only 10 players didn't have one of the paywall monsters. I wonder... because they only count for 66 of them. I wonder who else was used. Anyhow, we have Teddy Bomb at 10, 13, 23. It looks like Dodge Area Taunt is not being used as much because this had a huge drop-off. Poseidon is also down to 23. Galvanus stepping up his game now at 22, 418. So mostly on defense. Clutch, 5, 15, 20. Let's see, we have Shiv, our other Bounty Hunt exclusive monster at 4, 12, 16. Fruit Taster at 6, 10, 16. We have Dark Volts. Funny enough, I have been seeing a lot more Dark Volts. I'd have to imagine it's just because of his Dodge Area status caster. So you partner him up with a Clutch, a Syntheris, a Sparkus, any top monster, and he's good to go. And if you don't have Anticipation, well, then he will take down your whole entire team. But with Elf nowadays, I don't think he's a problem. Lord Inheritor stowing it on in there at 5, 8, 13. This one surprised me. Raris at 13, mostly on defense. I have to ask why. I'm curious if anyone knows why such a high usage. Are they using Galvanus Raris? Like, is that the setup or what? Yeah, if anyone knows, let me know in the comments below. Syntheris at 3, 7, 10 makes sense. Pure Pandolf 6, 4, 10. Chiao Long, Marimotus, Sparkus. I'm surprised Sparkus is not a little higher. Zul 415, Grakshak 134. There's Raijin again, that triple damage buff. Garnixel, Spec hanging on in there at 3. Fossarius, Megatons, Stock Killer, Anticipation, Status Caster, and Permanent Pierce. Skelectron, the Res, Master Goldfield, I'd imagine for buffing purposes. I actually don't know. Hydrorian, Artifact Attacker, Sealed Gata, Weirdica, again buffing. Q3, Taunt, Ryclops, Lucky Clint, Zyron, and then some of the oddballs, right? P3R3, he can also do that on defense. Maybe he's just random, but he also does that double damage and cleansing, torture, status caster immunity. Barbell, Ignis, he could actually be legitimately used for the buffing. Crowd Crawler, Chimney, Monk, where is Armor Claw? Anyone? Oh, there's that one Armor Claw. Shout out to whoever's using Armor Claw on your team. And Bloomeria, Super Dream, Mondana, yeah. So these, honestly, looks like someone's still using Thalassi UV Fusion setup. Ingwe, if you let Ingwe go, Ingwe will take you down. Crow Electric. That is so interesting. That is... yeah, we didn't see any Lord Nabotuses completely out of the top 100. I'm curious who are the... I'm curious who isn't using the pay... or what paywall monsters are being used. Because if I go through it... Elf, again, it's only 37 players on offense and defense. And then it's Elvira. And then... is Clutch paywall? Yeah, Clutch is paywall, right? Then has he been made available free to play? I actually don't even know. And then she's paywall. And then Inheritor's paywall. So I guess it might be them just getting that high number out there. But a lot of the meta monsters have been free to play. Again, Uriel, Race Monster, Maze Monster, Tails Monster, Skip, super available now. Tails Monster. Guys, the Tails Monster is where it's at. Bounty Hunt Monster. But yeah, guys, that is essentially it. Let me know what surprised you, what doesn't surprise you. More importantly, what effect do you think the Blossom era is going to have, if anything? Let me know in the comments below. Huge shout out to Monster Legend Competitive Wiki for putting this together. And of course, remember to subscribe.